Hello Mouses, welcome back to another episode of the Knob Mouse Show. Now today I want to talk about trans issues, especially in light of the fact that Nori, who is a Scottish Australian trans person, has managed to win victory in an Australian Supreme Court that allows their recognition as gender non-specified. This is fantastic news for anyone who is out there who doesn't identify as male or female, which is quite a lot of people. Now this isn't the first court case of its kind, and Australia is not the first country to recognise non-gendered birth certificates and things like that. Germany did it first, and there's a few other countries that do it as well. Britain is lagging behind in this, and I think we're going to catch up, but it's going to take a bit more time, which is unfortunate because I think we could do it right now if we actually put our minds to it. But unfortunately Parliament is in the middle of, oh, we want you to vote for us, no, we want you to vote for us, blah 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 blah, and doing the usual political point scoring, and unfortunately minority issues do tend to get put aside for that. Now unfortunately this has caused a few problems, mostly comments in newspapers where they decide that Nori should be referred to as he or him, which is ridiculous. The court in fact referred to Nori as her, but based on proper reporting, ones that aren't trying to force their own bigoted views on whatever they're talking about, it seems that Nori refers to Nori as Nori, so I'm going to continue with that. That seems to be how it's reported best, so I'm going to continue with that because there's no actual statement that I can find about what Nori wants used as pronouns, so I'm going to go with just referring by name. However, since we're on the subject of causing offence, roll in Janet Scott of the Beaumont Society. People might remember Janet Scott as the person in the trans community who signed off on Paddy Power's transphobic Spot the Tranny adverts. So you can kind of expect what's coming next. Janet decided that since she had a space available in the Scottish Sun, she would use it to lambast this decision and suggest that it wasn't really a priority, it wasn't really something that mattered, because apparently only 200 people or so in the whole of the English-speaking world are in Nori's position. Well, that's not true for a start. For example, I've met 3 gender non-conforming people this month, and it's only the 3rd of April. That's how many people there are. If you want to actually look and find people, you can find them. There are a lot. But apparently because she's decided that there are only about 200 people, it's not really an important issue. There are far more important things to get on with. Well, I would say that's probably true in your little world where you have your priorities and they're over there and it's completely separate to everyone else. But over here, where people have different priorities, this is actually quite an important issue because it deals with their gender identity and their legal status. So you can't just say, oh, I don't think it's a problem, therefore it's not a problem. That's the bigoted view that lots and lots of bigots are always using when they're being bigots. You can't do that and expect people to actually take you seriously. But then again, this is the person who signed off on Paddy Power's transphobia, so priority's probably a bit skewed. But here's the thing, you can't just look at it from, oh, it's not a good idea because it doesn't affect many people. Well, lots of things don't affect a lot of people, but they tend to affect them quite badly. We have to keep an eye on our priorities and remember that everyone has different desires and different requirements and different needs, legal or otherwise. So keep an eye on what you're doing and check your damn privilege. And that's not many times you can say that to a minority, but you can in this situation. Okay, thanks very much for watching. That's really all I've got to say on this one. Just remember that sometimes your priorities aren't the priorities of everyone else. And when you're bearing that in mind, remember to click the like button, share this with your friends so they can see what's been going on in the world as well. And do subscribe for future videos because there will be more in the future. But until next time, I've been Kirk-Robinson. You've been watching the Knob Mouse Show, and I'll see you tomorrow.